What is good, homies? This is Chris with the Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick and Small Hat Brandon. And today we are reviewing everybody's been saying, we can't say Yamato's broken until we've seen the cards, because they're going to balance her. Somehow they're going to bring down her power level, apparently. But anyway, because that card was broken with just the pre-existing card pool. But anyway, we have finally seen some yellow Wano cards. We're going to take a look to see how these apparently somehow reel her back into not being broken. Double attack on leader apparently not being broken, so let's take a gander at that one. For anybody that doesn't recall what Yamato as a leader does, she is she's green, yellow, 5,000 power, strike, double attack, and activate main while your opponent has 3 or less life attached to onto a character you control. I think I might even got that verbatim. If so, fuck yeah, I'm built different. But anyway, let's go ahead and start off with. Because for people that were saying that the cards were balanced here, let's just start off with Okiku. Yellow character, 4 cost, 6,000 power, / Wano country, Ikazaya 9, on KO. If your opponent's life is 3 or less, place the top card of your deck to the top of your life. Trigger, if your opponent's life is at 3 or less, play this card. Okay, alright. I take it all back, right? No. This reels Yamato in. She's balanced now. Because she has double attack, so when she hits the opponent one time, they only have 3 life. So now all of her triggers play themselves out of life for free. They don't even take a discard. And you're just establishing bodies that apparently just fucking heal you when they die. So that's balanced, yeah.
Not even leader locked. The only downside to this card is that it doesn't have counter. It also has vanilla stats. This is a 5.
This card's insane.
Boston.
This card's fucking insane. I never thought a card would just heal you for no cost.
Because not even just Yamato, like Enel. It's trigger if your opponent's life is at 3 or less. But most of the leaders that people are playing right now, like Yamato and Nell, even the purple Luffy, they're gonna have 3 life after they take 1 hit, right? Yeah. It's insane. This card is gonna go in every yellow deck for a freaking while.
Yeah.
Insanity.
I can't picture this card ever not seeing literally healing for no cost. Healing for no cost is insane. Because you have to think about, like, the previous triggers we've seen up to this point that have healed. They have set discard 2 cards from your hand to heal. This one is saying establish a 6k body to put pressure on your opponent and fight for the board. And then the minute it dies, heal.
And I also want people to remember this is 3 life or less on your opponent. You hit them once with a leader and they are in range for all of this.
Yes.
So it's not like it's conditional. This is happening. If she goes say second, she can play a Momo turn 1. Turn 2, she can put 4 Dawn on leader, swing 9 into the opponent. They have to counter out of that if God has given them the cards in hand to be able to do so. And if they cannot stop a 9k swing on turn 2. For the rest of the game, not only are they playing with 2 less life, all the triggers are playing themselves for free. No cost whatsoever. And then they're doing stupid shit like healing you for free. Oh my, they punish you. They punish you for removing them from the board. This card is like, Brandon, this card's a 5. This card is so dumb. Oh my god. And Nick, anything you want to add?
No, vanilla stats plays itself if you take 1 damage. It's good in an L, like the mono yellow leader if it's still around in OP06. And then, yeah, just it's searchable in Yamato. It only gets better. So, no, card's a 5 out of 5.
This card is so good. This card is so
Yamato loses, though. I do see the balance in Yamato because it's such a good leader. Everybody will be playing it. So is it really overpowered?
That is true. You're right, because that leader now has a 50-50 win rate.
Right.
That's actually kind of ass.
So,
what do you mean? That leader has a 100% win rate. Either your Yamato wins or your opponent's Yamato wins. Either way, a Yamato wins.
Then it also
Yamato's always losing as well. Yeah, because you have to think. I compare it to in Gen 1 Pokemon, the best Pokemon of all time is oh wait, no, I forget which it is, but there is Snorlax. Snorlax is considered the best Pokemon, and he has one of the worst win percentages because he's so fucking good that he is on every single team. So no matter what game plays, a Snorlax has both lost and won every single game. So he's a 50-50. He's literally 50% despite being the most broken Pokemon in the entire meta. That is going to be Yamato as a leader.
You know what's crazy too is Whitebeard was sneaky with it, right? It was early in the game. Nobody thought that the Whitebeard was like that great. They're like, oh, you know what? That kind of seems like ass. Like you're killing yourself every turn.
Yeah.
It was sneaky with it. It snuck in and took over. Yamato isn't even being sneaky. It's busting down the fucking door, and it's saying, "This is my game," and I don't like.
Yamato, like literally, you read her text and she says the opponent fucking explodes. Like, it's not even remotely subtle. I don't know what. It's
wild because like the 3 leaders we've seen are all dual color as well. If you play a dual color leader for the good abilities and you come across a Yamato, you're either discarding your entire hand or you're at half health from the first attack.
It's fucking. Realistically, I could honestly picture games where I'm playing Yamato and I literally like I don't put a card on the board. I just go turn 2, swing 9k, and then on the next turn I swing 11k. You know, because it's like you're at 0, and then on the following turn you have to every single get turn, instead of establishing bodies, I'm just putting it on you to be able to stop a 15k swing.
Yeah, and
you're
then
at
you
0.
just
Like, what are you gonna do
bodies
about it?
You play the one cost that just rests your little blockers, bro, and just go face.
Yeah, because it's like even if you stop my attack. Oh, my bad. Go for it.
Maybe the Yamato is just an April Fool's joke.
It's
but
out
also
of season.
think about it, like, also think about it, right? When you go to a pre-release, and I know this is like neither here nor, but pre-release, everybody brings Kid or Zor. Everyone's just gonna bring Yamato to pre-releases.
Yeah.
What other leader are you gonna play at pre-releases?
Yeah, Yamato's abilities are just generic and good.
God, she's so insane.
Double attack in a format that you're lucky to have 3 blockers in. Cool.
You're lucky to have 2Ks.
Good game.
Every deck will on average have maybe 6 2Ks total on a good day. Like, leader's broken. But we'll go ahead and move on to Dendro then. Dendro, yellow character, 5 cost, 6,000 power. Wano Country, Ikazaya 9, Dawn times 2. Oh, so we have cost now. We actually have a cost for something. That's surprising. If your opponent's life is at 3 or less, this character cannot be KO'd by effects. Trigger, if your opponent's life is at 3 or less, play this card. So he just comes out for free.
It just comes out for life.
He just comes out for free.
So this is where it gets tricky. I will say this is where it gets tricky. As well as the one that we're about to reveal, all of these cards have no counter. So if you run a deck with a bunch of these and you rely on these, you're also going to lose because you have no counter.
That is true. Because we have to also consider too, like, she's not our first Wano leader. Yeah. The previous one, I mean, disregarding Odin, that he's not real. But you consider Kinemon. Remember, Kinemon's like his foil, his Achilles heel was that he never had counter. He was just playing green. Now we're adding yellow cards into the mix that also don't have counter. So yeah, no, that's a very, very valid point.
I think you have to be very picky about which of these cards you run. The Okiku, no brainer. You're running that card. This card, maybe not.
Yeah, no, I'll
say this is the weakest of the 3.
I will say no, but what if Yamato doesn't have to choose? Because she doesn't care about countering out of anything, because she's just trying to put the opponent on such a fast clock that it doesn't matter. Because you have to connect with her 5 times to kill her. Who says the game makes it to 5 turns?
Well, that's also how she loses, though, too.
That's true.
Right. Yeah. The opponent goes swinging wide, right? Going wide, because you have a shit ton of cards with no counter. So you just have to be picky about which of these cards you... Now, other than... If we're talking about this card holistically, not just Yamato, which we are, really good yellow card, like NL, even Katakuri, putting this card somewhere in life. Katakuri is aggressive, always gets the opponent to 3 life very quickly. Good yellow card. I just think that you have to be picky with these, and like Nick said, this is the worst of the 3.
It is, I agree. I'd say against every color but blue, he will stick to the board.
Yeah.
Is it just blue?
Well, I mean, he
because red is KO, purple's KO, black is KO, green taps, but then they have to beat over him. So again, it's still KO. Yellow is also
it's KO'd by
life,
effects. It can still die by battle.
Oh, can he? Oh, this card's a lot worse. I didn't even think he was that great, and with that brings him down a lot. I would give this card like a 2.
Yeah, 2's there.
Yeah, honestly, I go with the 2, which is really funny because if this card came out like 2 sets ago, this card would be a 5.
Yeah.
Just for being a 6K trigger play out of life.
Yeah.
But with the cards we've seen, him being a 2 is fucking egregious.
The power creep is real.
Kawamatsu, yellow character, 3 cost, 5,000 power, / Fishman, Wano Country, Ikazaya 9. When attacking, you may discard 2 cards. Return up to one of your power 0 characters to the top or bottom of its owner's life face up. Wait, is this not the worst of them? What am I missing? How is this not worse than
I didn't read this one yet. But
this is terrible. What the fuck?
No, I like this a lot though because think about it.
You put Momonosuke in life.
Yep.
Oh, the life.
Momo in life. So Momo is gonna search you a card. That already tapped 1 Dawn. Your leader is gonna put Dawn.
This card
like,
2 is kind of steep though.
It is
right, but you're searching a card with the Momo, so really you're only negging 1 and putting a card in life.
But what is the Momo doing at that point
not
then?
that
If you're just discarding the card you're searching to put him in life.
Well, you're probably not discarding the card you're searching, you're discarding a dead card in your hand.
That's
you have
true, you're
all
right.
of these cards without trigger. Like, the Okiku in hand isn't doing as much as 1 out of life, right?
Alright, so it's 0 power. I'm gonna look at the 0 power characters.
I think you would still put the Okiku on the board just because she sticks and if she dies, you heal. What?
Shirahoshi.
Oh, it does put Shirahoshi in life.
Oh yeah. And then the Shirahoshi immediately, yeah.
This card puts Shirahoshi in life.
Now it is when attacking.
It's still, and it's trigger, if you're at 3 or less life, play this card. Don't discard or anything. As a generic yellow card, insane.
You do have to think too, because if he comes out of life, because realistically, yellow cards are supposed to be discarding 1 to play themselves. So if you were to discard, like say, if he was written as he was supposed to be, if Bandai gave a fuck about balance, he would be discard 1, play this card, and then on play, or I guess on the following turn, he'd be discard 1 to heal 1, which is honestly still really good. Off trigger, this card's great.
Oh, you can also put Sugar in life if you want to reuse Sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even just off trigger, like this card is good to play on turn 2.
Yeah, no, he is.
I mean, this is the way yellow is now. Yellow is going to be Land of Wano now. Like, I can honestly see the big mom cards being phased out for just Land of Wano.
Yeah, because I always thought Big Mom's cards were just underwhelming in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have this on the board than a Parasparrow.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Okiku on the board than
there is a
Tracker,
0
right?
power Kozuki Hiyori. That's a trigger. Play this card 2k counter with 0 power. You could put back in life as well.
I will say it's kind of high roll, but there is a
100%.
reality where this card does heal you more than once, because he can do it on attack.
Absolutely.
You know? With that being said though, I'm gonna give him like a 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a 4.
Oh,
no,
wow.
3 is fair.
With vanilla stats, I feel like going first, playing this on curve it sets you up for such a good game because you can even hard cast Shirahoshi the next turn. I mean, and that's all like on play. That's not even trigger. I think this card is insane.
God, I was hovering between a 2.5 and a 3. I think I'm gonna sit him on a 3 because I don't know. I still do think that the discard 2 is. I think if you're playing this card, he's a lot worse.
It is steep.
People
I mean,
play
it's like
Ikaku just for the discard 2 gain a life.
I was about to say, there are already triggers in yellow that do the same thing, but now it's on a body and you can choose whenever you do it instead of having to rely on a trigger.
Because for me, I think this card's so ass if he's not played out of life. Because me playing him on 2, I'd rather just swing 9k with my leader and take 2 cards off their life. Like,
Well,
I can't picture a reality where I actually play
I'm not looking at him just on Yamato, though. I'm looking at him.
Oh, you're right. Outside,
right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm picturing this. I'm picturing because for me, yellow no longer exists outside of Yamato.
I mean, fair, but as a yellow card, like, any yellow deck can play this card, especially if they run something. Yeah, especially if they run Shirahoshi.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we go ahead and close this one out? Like the people were saying, now that we've seen some yellow cards, Yamato's not broken, right? That's that leader's not been balanced.
No. I still think for Land of Wano, I'd rather play Odin. So.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change my tune. I think people are right. As a leader, Yamato is ass now. That leader's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
So now I'm glad that these cards have retroactively somehow taken away from a leader that was broken without OP06 cards. That was a great call there.
No, Chris.
What?
Remember, some of your viewers don't understand sarcasm.
Okay, well, with that one being said, then Yamato is ass, and until next time, we'll see you guys
Later.
Fish time?
Yeah, fish time.